Several decades ago, textile experts noticed a gap in the way we make clothes. We could use less water, fewer chemicals and reduce our impact on the environment. But it wasn't until the last 10 years that this idea really transformed into an ethical fashion movement. And here in the Dutch capital of Amsterdam, the industry is one of the leaders. Welcome to this week's show on environmentally conscious fashion, a trend that may just be here to stay. Coming up, a future of high fashion jeans without the high environmental cost. Companies turn away from toxic chemicals in favour of laser technology to create that popular worn-in denim. Next, an Ethiopian success story. We visit the woman behind Soul Rebels, an eco-sensitive footwear brand that's been hailed as Africa's answer to Nike. And finally, most of us try to avoid plants with a nasty sting, but one Dutch brand is trying to transform stinging nettle into the natural fibre of the future. Dutch brand Kuichi was the first company in the world to create pure denim out of organic cotton. That was back in 2001, and today the label is stocked in hundreds of stores across Europe. Can you tell me, how has it evolved since its early days?
Yeah, Kuichi started with organic cotton. Nowadays we have like 12 different sustainable concepts. A couple of them are the recycled cotton. We use linen, we use hennep, recycled polyester, and one of the latest is our natural dye concept.
With 2 billion pairs of jeans sold each year, the sustainable denim industry has mushroomed over the last decade. The latest eco-trends include waterless dyeing and high-tech laser treatment.
Wearing eco-friendly jeans, the denim industry is betting consumers want to protect the environment while sporting the latest trends. Since its first appearance in 1567, the jean has evolved, becoming a major polluter along the way, especially when it comes to the process of distressing denim. But now, new greener techniques like using lasers are being employed to fade and whisker jeans.
We avoid all chemicals application and we didn't use any chlorine. In this case, we have raw garment, no treatment on it. First step, we do laser. Laser is a kind of abrasion of the indigo. Instead of to use sandpaper or sandblast, in this case we use light.
Whiskering is determined by a computer before the jeans are sent to a high-tech washing machine.
After that, we go in an ozone machine. Ozone is a part of oxygen. And we have this kind of degradation. And in base of concentration of ozone, time of application of ozone in the machine, we can reach different kind of color.
The creasing, known as whiskering, usually involves the use of highly toxic mixtures, as shown by these images filmed at a factory in China's Xinjiang province. Standard denim production also uses gallons of water, a commodity that has been growing ever scarcer.
During the process of dyeing denim, an indigo-based dye is used. A lot of water is needed. We have developed a process of dyeing which does not use water. We've eliminated the water tubs used to rinse the denim. Thanks to this technique, 300,000 litres of water are saved daily.
A significant savings, especially considering that about 2 billion pairs of jeans are produced globally each year. Welcome to the next generation in eco-friendly fashion.
Making shoes is a complicated business. Something typical like this shoe here could contain up to 20 different materials when you consider the sole, the upper and the lining. Lax environmental practices from suppliers often land shoemakers in hot water. But one Ethiopian woman doesn't need to worry about the origins of her products. She's making shoes from recycled tyres and has become Africa's success story in the process.
A half hour from Addis Ababa, you'll find Zinaburg, the home village of Bethlehem Tilahuna Limu. This 31-year-old entrepreneur is a legend here. With her shoe label Soul Rebels, Bethlehem employs 300 people.
I get my idea from here. I didn't invent anything. I saw people doing handmade products here, but I want to take them to the next level. That's why I start Soul Rebels. Soul Rebels is about the people.
Bethlehem wants to stay close to her roots and especially not leave anyone behind. Her cotton supplier hires women suffering from leprosy.
We can show the other people who's living outside Addis or in a developed country. We're not really sitting and for waiting for somebody to come in to help us, but we can also contribute as a community.
With Soul Rebels, Bethlehem wants to prove Ethiopia has its specific skills and talent. And recycling is in the country's DNA. Company products are made from a pile of used tires.
So this is the final product from here. We'll take this one to the factory. We cut it in different sizes, shapes.
Truck tires turn into soles of shoes. In the Soul Rebels workshop, the shoes take their form. Last year, 70,000 pairs of shoes were made here, passing through the hands of 10 employees, all maintaining strict quality control.
I want the quality noticed. It's handmade.
7 years ago, the company had 5 employees. Today, they are 75.
We're better here than elsewhere. There's always work. We're never unemployed.
At Soul Rebels, salaries are 3 times higher than at other factories. The company also subsidizes the education of employee children.
Why my business is different than the other entrepreneurs? I find a way to sell my products outside Africa. So individual persons are ordering from the website. This is Spain, it's United States, Canada.
From the virtual world to the real, recently Soul Rebels opened its first boutique in Addis Ababa, and that is only a start.
Our aim as a company is to be Nike of Africa. When we say Nike of Africa, we want to hire more people, bring more foreign currency for the country also.
Bethlehem plans to hire 300 new employees in the next 3 years and build a factory powered by solar energy.
Out of Amsterdam lies the world's production hub of an unlikely fabric, one that could eventually rival cotton as the world's most popular natural fibre. I'm talking about stinging nettle, a plant that is usually avoided at all costs, but unlike cotton, it requires little water and no pesticides. Dutch company Nettle agreed to answer the most obvious question, and that is how to wear stinging nettle without being stung. Stinging nettle at harvest time, a crop of more than 2 metres high. It's here in Kragenberg where this Dutch company farms the plant, more commonly known for its nasty sting, caused by the pointy hairs on its leaves and stems which act like hypodermic needles. But it's the acid inside and not the hair which produces the itchy rash. The liquid dries out during harvesting, leaving stinging nettle minus its sting.
So this is where we keep the stock of the nettle. And now I'll show you where all the magic happens.
The so-called magic is inside this biodigester, the first time this type of technology has been used for textile production.
We refine the fibre, so there's a rough fibre that goes in here, and by biodigestion the plant material around the fibre gets decomposed, and what is remained is the fine fibre that we can use.
Next step, rinsing off the residue in a washing machine filled with rainwater.
So what we have here is the nettle fiber after the digestion. So the digestion makes it weaker, with the end result that you get the actual fiber that we can use for textile applications.
Methane gas created during the biodigestion step has been saved. It's now used as heating during the drying process. From here, there's a temporary stop in Italy where the fibre is first blended with cotton and then spun. For the moment, nettle can't be woven on its own. The machinery doesn't exist.
This is how it comes back from Italy, so the yarns are already dyed. And then it goes to the knitter here in Holland. And here you can see our new collection, Autumn-Winter 12-13. So it will be presented at the fashion fair in Paris, London and Amsterdam.
The clothes feel a bit like cotton, or linen, or even wool. It depends on who you ask. Most important.
So it's not itchy. Totally not, or else I wouldn't wear it. So, yeah.
Right now, a dress like this has a price tag of around €200. The actual cost price for the company is several times as much. It's proving quite expensive to start a whole industry from scratch. That brings us to the end of this very special environment show from the Netherlands. Thanks for joining us here on France 24, and I look forward to seeing you next time.